Hey folks, morning. As you see in the footage before, we are building a building, and it is for Larry and Deborah Strickler, two of us farms. We're here, homesteaders helping homesteaders. My wife is over there pulling string lines. Wave to the folks, baby. So what are we doing? We're digging in the dirt. That's what we do. We're out here. If you want to join our fan club, it's Dirt Diggers of America. No, just kidding. Just kidding. So they have, as I showed you in the footage before, they have a solar installation over here that they got done just the other day. I think I showed you the well that's over here. Get some more footage of that. But this is going to be their solar and water reserve. They're going to have a 3,000 gallon tank in here. And through some mutual friends, Larry contacted me. They've been watching the channel, and in this corner over here, the 3,000 gallon water tank's going to have to be engineered pretty good. So there's a few things that we're going to take and we're going to show you. We're probably over engineering it, but that's what I like to do. I want it to last until Jesus comes back. So we'll just take and bring you some footage of what we're doing. Today we're putting in posts, more posts, and then we'll start on framing. And we're going to pour concrete slab here. It does fall inside the Apache County parameters. It's a 12 by 16, so it's just going to be a solar and watershed. It's going to be a pretty neat little old deal. The way we're building it, it can be a fallout shelter. Right here in this area, we took out about 4 inches of sand, and then we brought in some cinder. It's kind of what they call a dirty cinder mix for up here, and then we packed it in with a tractor and leveled it off. So it's we compacted this area right here really hard. Of course, they had a well rig right here moving and shaking, and then they brought all that equipment in across over there with it. So it's going to take us a minute to get these holes drilled. See what we got left. We got 5 more to put in, and we just started on this hole, and I got tired. So come along with us as we do this build. It'll probably take us the rest of this week. Of course, today's Friday, and probably all of next week, depending on what kind of schedule we can get on with concrete. So it'll be fun.
The type of building that we're building here, called a pole barn. You start with posts, which we've sunk these in the ground 36 inches and set them in concrete. Then you will band the outside with either 2x4 or 2x6. You'll top it off with a header and rafters. We're going to be putting a skin on the outside of this. We're going to use metal. It was a lot less expensive than wood, especially with the prices of wood today. This type of building works really well in the area where we're at. Because of the 12-foot profile of this building, we have to have a building that we can brace up really well against high winds. Regular stick-built, what we call a frame-built building, not stand up as well in the high wind.
All right, folks, we're down here at the end of the day, and we got all but one post set, and this post right here has to remain out so that we can put the water tank in. We're going to put this one on top of the concrete and use a bracket. And me and Larry's about tired of drilling holes. We double teamed it. This stuff, we packed it hard. It's hard to hold concrete just fine. This little machine here, we put it to the test today. particularly these 3 holes over here, we had a hard time with. I mean, once you get down past the clay, then there's this old lava ash layer down in there, and it come out pretty easy. It's still hard, but it come out pretty easy. So we got all the posts in. Tomorrow we're going to start framing, and we should get up to the header tomorrow. Shouldn't have any issue getting up to the headers and getting these tops pulled in and getting it ready to take and pour concrete too. We've got to take and put rebar in here. We've got to take and pay special attention here. The tank is 90 inches in circumference, and it's like 120 inches tall, so it's like 10 feet tall. So we're going up 12 feet, and we've got to pay real close attention to that corner with some rebar and how we make sure it's good and solid. So we're going to put our forms on tomorrow. We're going to frame it out. We're probably going to take this board here back off and move up probably to the 8-foot mark, maybe. I might bring the ladders out tomorrow so we can get up there. And we want to make sure that we pull all of these posts at the top. These, even though they're 6x6, they're still not as rigid as you would think. You can move them quite a bit in a 12-foot section. You can bow them quite a bit. So they're crooked, and we need to pull them in to where they need to be, push them out to where they need to be. So it really doesn't matter when you're framing. We started off with a 12x16 footprint, and through material, through the ground, through concrete, sometimes it's really hard to get them right on the mark, and we're out about 1/8 of an inch. So whatever measurement that we have at the bottom, we want to make sure that we transfer that to the top and pull everything in every time so that it all lines up. We want to be as square as possible. So we've got that to do. We can frame up this side totally. This side, the lower banding can't be there because we're going to be pouring concrete. This side's going to remain totally open just so we can get the tank in. So we can even go ahead, and if we're waiting on concrete, we can go ahead and put rafters in and start getting it lathed for metal sheeting. So we've got a lot of work here we can do. Get the concrete poured, and we can get our metal ordered and start getting our metal on the sides of this thing. And then you're going to do spray foam, right, Larry?
Yes, sir.
Spray foam on the inside.
Solar batteries.
Yeah, it's gonna help with his solar batteries. Keep them at a constant temperature. The groundwater coming out of the well is going to take and keep it cooler. So it's going to take and be real nice in here year round. Going to have a more constant temperature. So it's coming together real good. The hardest part's done. Now the fun begins. Start framing. So we'll see you again tomorrow.